Hi and welcome back to our Smallholding adventure. If you're new here, my name's Tracy and Thursday nights are all about canning. Now this episode is a little bit different. I'm not actually bringing you a recipe that I'm doing this week. I want to talk to you about this little bad boy here. My canner is a Presto 23 quart canner and we got it imported from the US to the UK back in December 2020. And I've been pressure canning ever since, absolutely loving it. Now the Presto 23 quart canner comes with a dial gauge. Now I wanted to talk to you about the differences between a dial gauge and using a weighted regulator. Now this guy here I've just had imported over from America. So they're like hen's teeth at the moment, they're very scarce. And this is actually a 3-piece. So it comes the middle piece, that's piece 1, and then there's 2 rings there. And each individual component weighs 5 pounds. So all in all, that is a 15 pound regulator. Now on the weighted regulator, I would can at 10 pounds, which is just obviously a 5 pound ring and the 5 pound centre that comes with it. And the benefits of using this over the dial gauge are, every year you're supposed to get your pressure canner tested to make sure that the dial gauge is working and is reading correctly. I probably won't do that. I wouldn't know where to start in getting that done. So after a year has passed of using this or owning this, I shouldn't be relying just on that dial gauge anymore without having it checked. And secondly, you kind of have to stand over it and make sure that it hangs around the mark that you're looking for. Obviously it doesn't go under. So for me, it makes sense to get one of these because the benefits of this is that it will release the pressure. You can walk away once you've got it set so that it's rocking as it's supposed to. We're going to go in and have a check in a minute. You can walk away and this little guy here will just do his little dance or her little dance and will release any extra pressure to keep it at the 10 pounds of pressure that these 2 weights are supposed to keep it at. So for me, that's much more efficient than me sat watching the 11 pounds of pressure and having to adjust just to make sure that it stays on the exact correct reading. So they're not cheap at the moment because of COVID and because everybody started pressure canning, but I got this imported for about 20 pounds, so I was really pleased about that. And hopefully it's going to change my canning life and give me a little bit more freedom when I'm canning so that I don't have to just babysit it constantly. So I will rely on the dial gauge for up to a year if I'm not too confident in using this. But after that, really, I should be getting it tested. And I want to be converting to this guy here because the weights don't lie. So I'm going to go in the barn now. We've got some water heating up as if we were going to be doing a canning session. And we're going to give this a trial run because it might take some getting used to of how this should look. So we're going to do this together. Let's go. So I've got the canner on here. It's just on the heat. And it's starting to bring a couple of inches of water, 3 quarts of water up to the boil. We're going to just do this exactly as if we were pressure canning some food. We're going to wait until steam starts coming out of here. I've already checked this pipe and it is clear. We're going to wait till steam starts venting. Once it starts venting, we'll set the timer for 10 minutes. And then after the 10 minutes has passed, we'll put our new little gadget on, see how it works. Incidentally, once you've put this on, you should not rely on this at all. Once you start using this is your go-to. You just act as if the dial gauge isn't there. Typically, we're in the barn. The steam has started to come through the pipe, so I've set my timer so that it can vent for 10 minutes. Stephen has started doing some cutting down of the nettles and things with the big strimmer, so you can hear that. So I'm not sure if you're even going to be able to hear me or if I'm just going to have to do the shots and do a voiceover. Anyway, we're venting, the timer's set, I don't have long left. The kids are in the pool. This is life. So this little pressure valve here is up, which is telling me that there is pressure in the canner. Not sure if you can see the steam actually coming out there, but it is. So the timer's on, as I say, and this guy here is your over pressure release. So this will pop, I believe, if the pressure gets like far too much and goes crazy. So it's worthwhile noting that this is the 15 pound pressure regulator that comes with the canner. So if you can at 15 pounds of pressure, this will do. But because we don't, that's why we need the weighted gauge, the weighted regulator that's adjustable. So yeah, this guy will just get filed in a drawer because we won't be needing him. So his purpose, whilst I have been using the dial gauge, he would go on there and sit on there once we've vented and essentially keeps the steam in. If it gets to 15 pounds or to a dangerous amount of pressure, and this is on, this will rock furiously and let me know that like crazy things are happening. So that's the purpose of this. From my canning perspective, it keeps the pressure in, but then we'll release it if it gets to a dangerous level. Here we go, the timer's just gone off, so we've vented steam for 10 minutes. That's going to go on, and now we're going to wait until this guy starts doing a little hula dance, and that tells me that we're getting up to pressure. I'm really sorry about the background noise. The kids are having what appears to be an awesome time in the pool with the neighbours' kids. So this is just, I know I said don't rely on the dial gauge, but it's just an indication to me that this might be starting to rock soon. Given that it's my first time, I'm obviously conscious that it's not broken. I'm not sure how a weighted regulator could be broken, but I just wanted to show you that we're about there, and I'm hoping that this guy's going to start doing his hula dance very soon. So this is the kind of shimmy that we're looking for. We don't want him going crazy and dancing a little bit too hard, so this is good. And coincidentally, the dial gauge seems to be working because we're just on the 11 pound mark. So this is what I would hope that it would continue to do the whole time it was pressure canning. So I'm going to turn this up purposefully now and show you what it looks like when it's too much, and get this little guy dancing his socks off. So just while that heat is increasing and the pressure's increasing, you can at a higher pressure than what you're supposed to. You can't can at a lower pressure, that's unsafe, and you must always restart your timer if your pressure drops below what it should be. If it goes above, that's fine from a food safety point of view, but from a food quality point of view, it might not be ideal because you might just end up with quite a bit of mush. So yeah, don't worry too much if it goes over. It's if it goes under that you need to have concerns and start everything again. Hopefully you can hear and see the difference. So this little guy is having to vent a heck of a lot more steam to try and keep the pressure. So he's actually doing a really good job because this heat is waxed wheel, and yeah, he's actually doing a good job at releasing the pressure so that he's trying to get it back down to what it should be. But you can hear it, you can see it's a bit more vicious in the rocking motion. So this is not what we want at all. So we're going to go back down to the pressure that it should be and give this little guy a rest. I bet he's shattered. Remember as well, the more violently it's rocking, the more steam and pressure is escaping, and you risk running your canner dry, which is a really big no-no. And also you're just using more energy and fuel to can your goods, so really try and stay away from that. This guy's coming back down to temperature now, so he's feeling a lot happier, I'm sure. But please note that this weighted regulator is specifically for my Presto canner, so that's all I can comment on with my experience. I believe that there are weighted regulators for the different canner types. Not all of them fit each different style canner, etc. So make sure you do your own research. The idea with any of my videos is to give you the inspiration or the courage to take that first step and to do your own research and get your own confidence and your own courage built up after you've taken some inspiration from my videos. Just take everything I do just as a formulation of some of your own ideas, which I really hope you do. But please make sure you do your own research and testing. Looking, he's happy again. He's steadied himself down, and because we haven't got anything in the canner, this is only water at the moment. This is how I tested the canner when I first got it, before I dared actually can anything in case I killed everybody that then ate the food. So yeah, I hope you found some use from this. I really want to inspire people. Please don't take what I do and say as gospel. Use your own judgment, and please do your own research as well. But for now, that's me done for tonight. An easier night for me actually, so I really enjoyed doing that, and I hope that this gives you some knowledge or some ideas that you might not have already had. Otherwise, thanks for sticking with me. If you like these kind of videos, we live on a small holding, there's all kinds of other videos going on as well. I do weekly vlogs in the garden, etc. So please take the time to subscribe if you're interested. Give this video a like to let YouTube know that you do like it, and it will consider showing it to other people as well, because YouTube's a funny beast. Thanks for sticking around. I'll talk to you later.